Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi class, welcome to Creative Writing. So how are you today? I wish that you are healthy. As always, please remind the physical distancing. Don't forget to wash your hand regularly and also don't forget to wear your mask anytime you go outside. Okay? So we wish that this pandemic's gonna be end very soon so we can meet ASAP. So today we are going to move to our second meeting that is about introduction to short story. So in this section I'm going to share to you about the what is short story and what are the characteristics of short story and also famous short story which taken massive attention from public, and then I'm going to ask you at the end of the class to compare American versus Indonesian short story, and then you have to analyze what are their differences, and then submit it in our LMS. Okay. Well, let's start by talking about what is short story. Well, short stories is longer than novel, but it is sorry. Short story is shorter than novel, but it's longer than fable. Okay, it's longer than fairy tales like Snow White or um any kids fairy tales that any princess castle and so far. So it is a kinds of uh, readings which can be done in one sitting. It takes for about 20 minutes to an hour. That's it. So if reading novel, you need days. You have to finish it in like 3 days to a week. But it if short story, it can be done in only by one sitting. Okay, maximum 20 minutes. Well, short story consists of 1,000 to 7,000 words, so it is about 2 to 10 pages actually. So it is the medium length of um, of reading. So if you would like to have a fun with reading and you need a medium one, you can choose short story. Or the latter, you have to know how is the length, how much the words that you have to produce on your writing when you have your writing letter. Okay. Next, so what are the characteristics of short story? Well, short story has only a single plot, okay? Whether it's forward or backward. There is no confusing plot like I don't know, like in the movie or others longer uh writings like which has complicated and multiple plot going backward, forward, and then backward again. No, so story commonly only use only one plot, whether it is backward or forward. That's it. And short story commonly only use one or two main characters. So once again, it doesn't look like a soap opera or TV cinema, which has many characters, friends of friends, or says of friends of my friends of my friends. It's not something like that. So it has like, yeah, one or two main characters. I think three is the top. Okay, because so stories is a kind of a it's light. It's but not too light. It's also deep, but not that. complicated. Okay, got it. And it only has a central themes or moral lessons. So it is not a layered a kinds of layered writings. It only has a single moral lessons, a single central theme. For examples, the romance of a couple which I don't know, the parents which didn't get the blessing from uh, for example, women's parents or so on, taken for example. So it has only a central themes or moral lessons. So it's not layered, it's not multiple, it has only one to two main characters. Okay? And the genre of short story, but even it is medium types of reading, it it also has many genre. Okay, it can be romance, it can be drama, it also can be myth, fairy tales, and history or even legends. So if you want to produce the writing letter, it can be anything. Okay, it can be any genre. So if you are a fan of romance or drama, you may produce that genre, or even you love history, you want to reproduce into a short story, you can also produce that genre. Okay, so the features of short story, uh well, it's commonly same with other genre or other types of prose fictions. It has, of course, expositions or introductions or orientations, the part when you introduce the characters, the setting, the plot, whether it's backward or forwards, and so on. And then there is a part of complications or problems or crisis which happens, or the conflicts which happens in the story. And then later, of course, you will have the resolutions or climax as the tops or as the ends of the story itself. Um, but it's only how the writers develop the story itself. Sometimes there is a writer who loves to talk about the exposing the characters, talks much about the characters, the setting itself, but only discuss limited discussions about the crisis or the problem itself. And then, but there is also a story which only discuss a bit of the character, but more about how the conflicts happens itself. Okay, so later, when you want to produce, you have to remind the features of the short story itself. Then it's gonna be your choice whether you want to choose what kinds of styles of writing, whether you are the explanation one, or describing one, or whether you want to develop your crisis, whether you want to focus on the crisis itself, something like that. Okay, now you have to take a look also to some famous short stories. For example, The Telltale Hearts by Edgar Allan Poe, or The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant, and the other famous short story which is taken massive attention from public. While in Indonesia, we also have some authors which are famous also by their writings. An example is Robohnya Surau Kami by Anafis. That will be your concern later after this discussion. So, class, after watching this explanation from me, please access the assignment part on the LMS, and then please read, click the links that I've shared to you. It is the links of the necklace short story and Robohnya Surau Kami short story. Please read it. And then yeah, take your time to read it, and then try to analyze and compare what is the differences between Americans and Indonesian short story. You can analyze based on its style of the short story itself, the styles of the author serve the story, or the plot, or the culture contents of the story itself, or the characters, or anything, any differences that you can find both on both of the stories. Okay, so please check it out. If you have any questions, please give it to type it to our WhatsApp chat group, and I will be happy to help to answer it. Okay? So see you on another meetings next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.